So I know this is the part you're really waiting for. You want to hear the actual dating stories and the what happens. So first of all, when you hop on the internet, you need to be aware that you're probably going to run into your exes. They never looked so good. But don't get too excited because their pictures are from a long, long time ago, well before you ever met them. Your photos aren't. You're being transparent, but they're posting shit up that you have just never seen. Just right after college, and you're thinking, what happened? Well, for starters, they went to the gym back then. They're also going to try and strike you up for a conversation. My best response is, you dump their sorry asses for a reason. You just got to say no, right? Say no, say no. Say absolutely no to that. So who are you going to meet? Let's talk about the sites, first of all. I think I had mentioned Grindr a little bit, but that's sketchy ass shit at best. People are only on that at night, and they want one thing. Gay 411 gets a lot of volume, but the quality of the volume is going to be, right? So beware. Dude's nude. Supposedly this site is like the transgressive hip place for people who don't want to be seen. Most of the profiles I can gather from my research, right? Bitches research, totally faceless. So be aware of that. But I think more than anything, you want to actually hear about my stories. So first of all, the ex that you see virtually who you haven't seen in a long, long time. My favorite story in college, right after I'd say it was after that. I'd say when I was kind of in the middle of graduate school, I dated this guy who genetically came from privilege, as we discussed in my earlier video, right? There was a lot of hair. He had like 5 o'clock shadow at 8 a.m. There's lots of dark hair. There was hair. He was like whatever the Vogue is right now, he was it. But the pictures of him, not a hair. Not a hair on his body. Not a hair anywhere. He was doing some kind of, I don't know what, maybe porn, right? P word. Maybe erotic photos. So doesn't that count as a kind of pornography? Is not one stitch of hair, waxed or zapped. I don't really have words. But the stories I'm going to share with you aren't going to have words as well. Guys who are kind of straight and trying to pick you up online. Like, what's up with that? I love the way I look now. I'm on gay dating sites, not trans dating ones or cross-dressing dating ones. So I don't place said words into the descriptions of what I might like or I didn't back in the day, as the kids say today. And I chatted with this guy online who fit, again, the description, kind of lumberjacky, right? Lots of hair everywhere. Definitely very butch, for lack of better descriptors, and not necessarily in a non-gay way. And he asked me right out, right? He kind of came out with it. And he was like, do you like watching straight porn? I was like, I don't know. I'm like a card-carrying gay man. I don't really watch straight porn. Well, can I play some straight porn? And you can wear women's underwear. Oh, really? So this guy wanted to panty me up and stick on straight porn and presumably have sex with me. Seems a little complicated. Call me old-fashioned, there are too many variables, right? So my best experience from actually attempting to date online, which I don't recommend. I I've yet to see it work out, to be honest, which is not very positive. So let's put something positive there. We're in a pandemic, the variables might have changed. Maybe it will be positive for you. I was dating this guy a little bit. I kind of knew him. He was a scientist, so I thought he was smart. Arbitrary signifier. Let's just call him the biologist. And after a few dates, you know, I'm a fully grown adult, right? I'm not a kid anymore. It happened for the first time. And in the middle of everything happening, he said to me, and I kid you not, he whispered in my, are you listening? He whispered in my ear. He whispered in my ear, ooh, she has such a tap puss. I kind of heard crickets at that point. So I thought, you know, I don't know, maybe I didn't hear correctly. Maybe my hearing's off. Maybe my hearing's off. There was music playing. So I said, say what? And he said, ooh, she got such a tight puss. So I thought I would ignore it. And I just stopped paying attention to him. But he kept repeating it in my ear over and over and over again. So finally, I said what I think might have been the obvious. I said, I'm not a woman. I don't have a vagina. He put his hand over my mouth and he said, shh, she's a very bad girl. I was like, wow. So I'm gonna get chopped up into a million different pieces at some point. And thankfully it ended and I never saw him again. And now I've got my, you know, my celebrity crushes like everybody else. They appear to be safer. I absolutely long for the day of an actual drinks date where I could read someone with no commitment whatsoever. And I think like most of us, I just find myself at home watching movies that show to me positive experiences of wonderful, not straight liaisons. And these build my confidence. And I think until the pandemic ends, we might all be a little safer, veering away from the somewhat sketchy realities of online dating.